All right, we are live and in living color and Hangouts on air. I see Circa just joined. Thank you, Circa. There you go. Appreciate that. So we are good to go from a buzzer perspective, Bob.
Very good. Can everybody see and hear me? Can I get a wave or an amen or something? Very good. Well, greetings, everybody, spectators and especially players, to our third match. So far, nothing has been canceled or postponed. We're thrilled, but we're just, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But we had two excellent matches yesterday, if I do say so myself, and I do because I was there, and the players were great, and the spirits were high. Maybe even the players were high, but I don't know. In any case, we've got our third match today, and we are going to be seeing ASTKickers versus MedSurge, and they're all smiling, so you can tell I've mentioned everybody's team name. The captain for ASTKickers, is Anne. You want to wave, Anne, so the spectators know who Anne is? Okay.
Super close.
And the
kiss, either way.
The captain for MedSurge is Circa. Get a wave there. And spectators, captains are important because if a team answers incorrectly, the other team has 10 seconds to confer, at the end of which, or at any point of which, the captain will unmute and either say pass or give that team's answer. So when there's a steal, only the captain will be heard. Now I say they confer, and the fact is each team is connected by its own phone line to each other. So the teams can talk. However, and this is important, this is a new rule for 2017. When I'm asking a question, there can be no conversation. Okay, we are watching you. We used to be watching you to see if you were Googling answers. Now we are watching you also to see if you are talking, because the way we've worked it this year, and so far it's been very good, the spirit is the same. On the 60 toss-up questions, 30 in the first round, 30 in the second, you're on your own and you choose to buzz in, no consultation. The only consultations happen in two different times. One I've already described. In a steal situation, the team confers. Also, another new wrinkle this season. At the beginning of each category, I will announce the category and kill a little time, like 5 to 10 seconds, during which you may discuss who feels strong in that category or wants to step up. Here's why, spectators. The biggest new rule for this year is that no one on a team may buzz in more than twice per category. So, our first category will be, it's a long way to Tipperary.
Something about Irish.
Exactly. But that's the sort of thing you would keep to yourself rather than unmute and let everyone hear. And I am now killing time. So the teams can decide, if somebody is really good at Ireland, she might want to save her two buzzes for late in the category, because as you all know, the questions get increasingly difficult, from 1 to 5 in the first round, 2 to 10 in the second round. Okay, so we decided to make that concession so that individuals could parcel out their buzzes. Of course, what else happens is nobody can hog the buzzer because there's only 2 buzzes per category per person. Okay, a question that rose yesterday, that does not have anything to do with steals. Okay, steals don't count as an individual buzzing in. So if your opponent gets a lot of stuff wrong, you all can consult and discuss all you want, and the captain will always give the response or say pass. And for the benefit of the momentum of the game, the sooner you say pass, if you have no idea, the better. But you do have the full 10 seconds. Okay, this, of course, spectators, will go a lot faster. I'm not going to have to gab so much later after everybody's got the hang of it. But I do have to ask, are there any questions from the players or captains about any of the rules or any of the procedures? Otherwise, it is the same. Everybody can see the buzzer. If we have a buzzer snafu, we have the estimable, inimitable Dan Strafford here to, he has a variety of fixes up his sleeve and a few in his pocket, and we will be fine there. We apologize in advance for any glitches. We're doing, don't shoot the piano player. He's doing the best he can. Okay? So here we go.
Bob, sorry, just one quick
yes.
question. So just to confirm the difference in the conferring this year. So round one, no conferring with teams, correct?
No. In the 60 questions of the regular game, no conferring except at the beginning of a category to decide who wants to step up as, good in that category, or during a steal situation.
Great. Thank you so much.
Well, okay, very good. Thank you. And to put a period, an exclamation point on it, when I'm reading the questions, Nunja talk. Okay, just you and me, and decide when you want to buzz in. Okay, players, can I get a big smile and a thumbs up? Remember, nothing's at stake except a little babka and a lot of bragging. So good luck to both teams. Here we go with round one. Our first category, as you know, it's a long way to Tipperary for 1 point. First, get yourself to New York, Chicago, or Boston and hop on this Irish airline that first flew on May 27th, circa?
Aer Lingus.
Aer Lingus is right. First blood to MedSurg, 1 point. It's a long way to Tipperary for 2. Well done. You'll be landing at this airport in the west of Ireland. It shares its name with a river. You'll be landing at this airport in the west of Ireland. It shares its name with a river. 5 seconds. No consulting. Time. It was a triple stumper on the show, too. It is Shannon Airport, named for the Shannon River. Shannon Airport. Okay, a long way to Tipperary for 3 points. From the airport, get in your dually rent-a-car and head towards this, in quotes, poetic city 15 miles east. Pam.
Limerick.
Limerick is right, and ASTKickers is on the board with 3 points. For spectators, by the way, though we are using Jeopardy material, no one is required or even encouraged to use the corny what is form of a question thing, okay? In case you were wondering. All right. Tipperary for 4. Feast your eyes and nose on this rich pasture land called not this of tears, but the golden this. It's a tricky one, I'll repeat. Oh, circa.
Trail.
That is incorrect. That's a loss of 4 points. And now I'm going to give the entire question for Anne and the ASTKickers. Feast your eyes and nose on this rich pasture land called not this of tears, but the golden this. Spectators, the teams have 10 seconds to consult, and Anne will either unmute and say pass or unmute and give a response. That was my golf voice. It's a long par 3 to the question.
Valley, Bob?
Nope, have to subtract 4 points there. No harm, no foul. No, it is the Vale. It's a Vale. Vale of Tears, Vale. Both were very, very close, homonymically or in terms of rhyme, but Vale is the word. Okay, no harm, no foul, as we move on to the 5-point question in A Long Way to Tipperary. In Tipperary, you'll have to choose between historic St. Mary's Church and historic Corries, one of these founded in 1742. In Tipperary, you'll have to choose between historic St. Mary's Church and historic Corries, one of these founded in 1742. 5 seconds. Pam.
A pub.
A pub. Well done, Pam. ASTKickers is out of the red, even though they're the red team. And they're it's 4 to -3 for MedSurg. By the way, I'm going to try to establish as a habit, I'll occasionally throw in the score, but I will stop at the end of every 3 categories to give a score update. So when we get 3 categories done, I will formally announce the score. I may give reminders as we go along. Okay, here we go, teams, for the second category, the late night crowd. The late night crowd. Having to do, well, you might expect what it has to do with the late night crowd. And here we go for 1 point. Despite being #1 in late night for over a decade, NBC moved him to prime time and then moved him back to late. Josh?
Jay Leno.
Is correct. Back to late night again. Yep. That's a point for MedSurge. The late night crowd for 2. He expected to take over the Tonight Show from Johnny Carson, but Anne?
David Letterman.
But moved to CBS instead. You probably could have even finished the clue, let alone those odds. That's correct. 2 more points for ASTKickers. 3 points for the late night crowd. Ted Koppel anchored this late night show for 25 years. Ted Koppel anchored this late night show for 25 years. Jesse?
NBC Nightly News.
That is incorrect. We have to subtract 3 points. And we can get a consult now for MedSurge. And Circa, you can, in 10 seconds, unmute and say pass or give a response.
Okay, we will give an answer. Nightline.
Nightline is right. Nightline. This is Ted Koppel for Nightline. And that was a triple stumper on the show. So congratulations to the entire team. And, you know, kudos to Jesse, too. The best of us can get that one wrong. Okay, 4 points, the late night crowd, the late night crowd. Before his late night gig, he co-hosted The Man Show and Win Ben Stein's Circa.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Money, that's right. I was a winner on Win Ben Stein's Money, as it happens. That's right. And MedSurge surges into the lead. You knew I have to say that at least once with 5. I mean, assuming it happened. Here we go, 5 points for the late night crowd. Back in 1993, this SNL veteran's foray into late night on Fox lasted only 29 episodes. Josh?
Chevy Chase.
Good memory, dude. It was a triple stumper on Jeopardy. So that's 5 more points. And MedSurge 10, ASTKickers 3. Okay, lots of points left. Here's our third category, breakfast brands. Breakfast brands. For 1 point, Patrick J. Towell named this brand of maple syrup in honor of Abe Lincoln's boyhood home. Patrick J. Towell named this brand, Pam?
Log Cabin.
Log Cabin is correct. That's a point for the ASTKicker. Okay. I should remind, although I don't think it'll be an issue at all this year. When you unmute to answer, we cannot hear any other voices because then that means there's been consulting. But I think since we have a strict ban on consulting, it won't be an issue. Okay, here we go. Breakfast brands for 2. Milton the Toaster was featured in early ads for these Kellogg's toaster pastries. Milton the Toaster. Pam?
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts is correct. They caught on. I'm afraid Milton did not. He's living at the Hollywood Old Actors Home, by the way, in Woodland Hills now. 3 points for breakfast brands. Here we go. Nicely done, ASTKickers. Kickers, yeah. 3 points. The familiar round canister of this brand of oats goes all the way back to 1915, circa.
Quaker.
Quaker Oats is correct for 3 points. Okay, here comes the 4-point question. Uh-oh. Surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution, la 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 la. For those of you who have just joined us for the first time, surprise substitution happens when a clue on the show never got read or is somehow inappropriate to use in our format. We jump to another game entirely and throw in a question. And this is a 4-pointer in the first round. So we're going to do Show Me the Monkey will be our surprise substitution category. Show Me the Monkey. And for 4 points, Saki monkeys are diurnal, which means this is when they like to get things done. Saki monkeys are diurnal, which means this is when they like to get things done. Circa.
During the day.
During the daytime is correct, and that's 4 points for the blue team. Okay, now we go back to our regularly scheduled breakfast brands, and for 5 points, this syrupy married lady made her debut in TV ads in 1961. Anne.
Mrs. Butterworth.
And wasn't she creepy? 5 points is right, Mrs. Butterworth. So we're at the end of the first half of the first round. Med-Surg 17, ASTKickers 11. We continue on to our next category, which is semi-timely. Getting cozy with Sarkozy, the former president of La Belle France. Getting cozy with Sarkozy. Here we go, teams. Ends on your buzzers. Alex went crazy with categories like this because he could overpronounce the French like crazy. French President Nicolas Sarkozy was born January 28, 1955, in this city's 17th arrondissement. And?
Paris.
Or Paris is correct for 1 point for ASTKickers. Sarkozy for 2. Nicolas's father is Paul Sarkozy de Nagey-Bocha, who was born in this country before eventually heading to France. And by the way, it's spelled Nagy-Bocsa. Nicolas' father is Paul Sarkozy de Nagey-Bocha, who was born in this country before eventually heading to France. Alice.
Italy?
That is incorrect. We take away 2 points and we can throw it over to ASTKickers. Nicholas's father, well, I don't repeat it when I've done it 2 times. So you have 10 seconds to consult.
That sounds like Hungary
Pass.
too, but I wouldn't want to chance it.
Okay, pass. I tried to spell it out because I thought the Nagy might help give it away. It is Hungary. His father was born in Hungary. Also, Paul is like Mr. for Hungary. So there you go. But anyway, Sarkozy for 3. Here we go. Sarkozy backed Prime Minister Balladur for president in 1995, causing a fallout with this French leader who won that election. Sarkozy backed Prime Minister Balladur for president in 1995, causing a fallout with this French leader who won that election. 5 seconds. Time. Easy to forget. Jacques Chirac. Jacques Chirac, as Alex would say. Chirac. Okay. Sarkozy for 4. Oh, hang on. I'm having a little tech glitch. No worries. Okay. Sarkozy for 4. In 2009, Sarkozy called to eliminate this garment worn by some Muslim women, saying it was a symbol of enslavement. Josh.
The hajib.
We're going to accept hajib. And let me tell you why. It's interesting. The correct answer was supposed to be burqa. But on the show, the contestant said hajib, was ruled wrong. Then they came back after commercial and it was ruled right because Sarkozy had said hajib, but meant burqa. Was that as interesting as I thought? I sense not. But anyway, smiles.
I think it was very interesting.
Oh, thank you, Josh. So smiles for Med-Surg, which gets the 4 points. It's the burqa, or like we accept hajib. Okay, finally, for 5 points. Am I having enough fun? For 5 points. Ooh la la In February 2008, Sarkozy married wife number 3, this former model. Ooh la la. In February 2008, Sarkozy married wife number 3, this former model. 5 seconds. Time. She is the lovely and very talented Carla Bruni. Carla Bruni. You might have seen her in Woody Allen's movie Midnight in Paris. Okay. Our 5th category in the first round, tobacco. Tobacco. You don't see it much, but it's played a big role in history. And we have 5 questions on tobacco, starting with this one. Hands on your buzzers, teams, for 1 point. This ceremonial Native American smoking device is also known as a calumet. Jesse.
Peace pipe.
Peace pipe is right. Some of these we hosts wonder if we can get the whole clue out before it gets interrupted. We just, Native American smoking device, peace pipe is right for 1 point. 2 points for tobacco. This Caribbean capital city's name is shorthand for a little cigar. This Caribbean, Jesse?
Havana.
Havana is right. And for spectators, Jesse is now locked out of the rest of the tobacco category, except in a steal. During a steal, you can consult with everybody else. It's buzzing in that counts. I just try to find an opportunity, Jesse, to point that out, not to put an onus on you, just because the spectators don't always remember that. Okay, for 3 points in tobacco. It's a flexible wire coated with cotton and inserted into smoking devices to remove tar. It's a flexible wire coated with cotton, circa?
Pipe cleaner.
Pipe cleaner is right for 3 points. Domestic item you don't see much anymore for obvious reasons. Here we go for 4 points in tobacco. 4-letter electrical, in quotes, 4-letter electrical word for a flat compressed wad of chewing tobacco. 4-letter, Pam?
Plug.
It is a plug. Well done, Pam. That's 4 points for ASTKickers. Finally, 5 points in tobacco. It's the process of treating and aging raw tobacco to improve its burn and flavor. It's the process of treating and aging raw tobacco to improve its burn and flavor. 5 seconds. Time. That process is known as curing. Curing. Okay. Here's our final category. It's called letter and word. I can't really say more about it, but I think if you think about what that's saying, letter and word, and after 1 clue, you'll all get it, if you don't get it before. For 1 point, teams, last category in the round. For 1 point, June 6th, 1944. June 6th, circa.
D-Day.
D-Day, and now you get it, letter and word. Okay, D-Day is correct. For 2 points in letter and word. An airplane reservation made on the internet and that you print out yourself. Josh?
E-ticket.
Sorry?
E-ticket.
E-ticket, yes, sorry, I had a phone call there on my phone that I have to turn off. Okay, very good, E-ticket is correct. For 3 points, letter and word. In a 1954 experiment, John Stapp accelerated to 632 miles per hour in 5 seconds, surviving 46 of these units. Pam?
G-force.
G-forces is correct. Very good for 3 points. Letter and word for 4. The most common human blood type. Make sure to include whether it's positive or negative. Pam?
O positive.
O positive is right. Very good. They threw that in. Letter and word. Here's our final clue in the round, teams. We could not be more close, score-wise, and emotionally too. For letter and word. During World War II, these soldier meals included a stick of gum, toilet paper, and 4 cigarettes. During World War II, these soldier meals included a stick of gum, toilet paper, and 4 cigarettes. 5 seconds. Time. Oh, you don't watch enough World War II movies. They're known as K rations. K rations. And I ask you, what meal is not complete without gum, toilet paper, and cigarettes? I mean, come on. You know. Okay. At the end of the round, we have two pieces of happy news. One is we are so close, it's like peanut butter and jelly. ASTKickers 26, MedSurge 25. I mean, am I right? We might as well be starting from ground zero. Also, we cannot possibly end in a tie because one team has an even score and one has an odd. We go into the second round where the points are doubled and everything can really change. As people ask me about going on to Jeopardy, I always say the first round, there's no money involved. The game hinges on round two. There's no money involved here at all, but there's babka involved. And believe me, the babka hinges on round two. Okay, teams. Good luck to everybody. You've been performing great. I won't say anything about how the tech's been going because I don't want to jinx it. Our first category in round two, where the points go from 2 to 10, is health and medicine. Health and medicine. You can consult for a couple of seconds, see who you want to keep in reserve for the 8 and 10 point questions. We go on to health and medicine. Good luck to both teams. You're doing great. For 2 points. Norovirus is associated with gastroenteritis, sometimes called this type of flu. And
Stomach flu.
Stomach flu is right. 2 points for ASTKickers, extending their lead a little bit. For 4 points. In ordinary English, it means better. To a doctor, it means located higher up on the body. In ordinary English, it means better. Josh.
Supra or super.
Cannot accept that. We have to subtract 4 points and we throw it over to Anne. In ordinary English, it means better. To a doctor, it means located higher up on the body.
Superior?
Superior is right, yes. Super does not mean better, so I could not accept it. Superior is the word, like the superior vena cava, the only thing I can remember about the heart. Okay, here we go for 6 points in health and medicine. Lots of opportunity to make up ground. For 6 points, a technique called the relaxation response opens up blood vessels, easing a systolic type of this one-word condition. A technique, circa.
Murmur.
That is incorrect. We have to subtract 6 points. We'll throw it over to Anne and the ASTKickers. It's a great name for a group. A technique called the relaxation response opens up blood vessels, easing a systolic type of this one-word condition. For those watching at home, we always repeat the question completely twice.
Hypertension, Bob?
That is the word, hypertension. Okay. Lost a little ground there, MedSurge, but lots of time to come back. This is only the first category of 6. Here we go, health and medicine for 8. 21 million Americans have this disease of the endocrine system, and 6 million of them don't know it. 21 million Americans have this disease of the endocrine system, and 6 million of them don't know it. Alice.
Diabetes.
That is correct. Well done. And I did not know that, but that is a scary, scary true fact. Okay, diabetes is correct. MedSurge comes back a little bit. Here we go for 10 points in health and medicine. Brookhaven Laboratory, Long Island, New York, studies the human brain using PET scanning. As in CAT scanning, the T is for this method of 3D imaging. Brookhaven Labs, Long Island, New York, circa.
Tomography.
Tomography is right. Well done. Not just MedSurge for coming back so strong. That was a triple stumper on the show. So congratulations, circa. You beat the so-called experts. Well done. Okay, you're with your Kaplan. Of course you did. Okay, here we go. This one's tricky, teams, so you have to listen very carefully to this category from the get-go. It's called Get the L Out, the letter L. I need 2 words in response to each clue. Remember that. Okay, each response consists of 2 words. Everybody ready? Okay, here we go. Remember, I have to see your faces in the camera at all times when I'm doing the questions. What you do between categories is your own business. Here we go. Get, for 1 point, I'm sorry, 2 points. Get the L, the letter L, out of a word for a snow particle to get a word meaning forgery. Josh.
Flake and fake.
See, now Josh wasn't fooled at all by this category. He got it right away. That's 2 points for MedSurge. Well done. Flake and fake. That's the way get the L out goes. Here we go for 4. Get the L out of a word for something that's put on a donut to get a word meaning to stare at. Pam.
Glaze, gaze.
That's correct. Glaze and gaze. ASTKickers gets 1 in that category. Here we go for 6. Get the L, letter L, out of a word for a dish to get an old-fashioned word for head. Pam.
Plate, pate.
Plate and pate is correct. Very good. That was a tricky one. Here we go for 8 points in get the L out. Get the L out of an ingratiating word to get an old-fashioned word for porridge. Get the L out of an ingratiating word to get an old-fashioned word for porridge. 5 seconds. Time. This was a triple stumper on the show, and I'm not surprised. You might have thought, what the heck in the nursery rhyme is peas porridge? Well, peas porridge is the L taken out for please. Please and peas is what they were looking for. A triple stumper on the show. And now you know what peas porridge is. So, sort of, anyway. Okay, here we go for 10 points. Get the L out of a word meaning to quench a thirst to get a Japanese potent potable. Anne.
Slake and sake.
Boy, oh boy, you know your potables or your thirst, so 10 is right for Anne. Slake and sake. They were pulling a little trickaroo there with the pronunciation, but that's correct. Okay, teams, the next category is their Greek equivalent. We want their Greek equivalent, and I warn you in advance, these are one-word clues, so you got to be on the edge of your seat. These are one-word clues. Please give me their Greek equivalent. Ready? For 2 points. Juno. Juno. Pam.
Hera.
Hera is correct for 2 points. Their Greek equivalent for 4. Mars. L. I think I heard it, but Aries is right. It's very indistinct, Al. You're coming, but I did hear it. So, in fact, I heard it 3 times, but I just wanted you to check to make sure the mic worked. Okay, very good. That's correct. Their Greek equivalent for 6. Mercury. Mercury. Pam.
Hephaestus.
That is incorrect. We'll throw it over to MedSurge for 6 points. We want the Greek equivalent of Mercury. 10 seconds to consult. Have a response?
Pass.
Okay. The answer is Hermes. Hermes, fleet of foot. Hermes, fleet of scarf. Okay, here we go. Anne liked that anyway. Their Greek equivalent for 8 points. Victoria. Victoria. Circa.
Diana.
Oh, sorry, incorrect. Have to subtract 8. Here we go for Anne and the ASTKickers. Victoria. You may consult.
We'll pass, thanks.
Okay, Victoria, you might have thought of victory, and that might have brought you to Nike. Nike, goddess of victory. Okay, for 10 points, this one I will spell out because I think it's important. For 10 points, their Greek equivalent. Faunus, F-A-U-N-U-S. Faunus, F-A-U-N-U-S. Time. I thought faunus might help you think of Pan. Pan is the right answer. Okay, that was a tricky one. Now we go to they're looking out for us. They're looking out for us. Okay. The score at the end of 3 categories in the second round: ASTKickers 58, MedSurge 27. Still, I tell MedSurge plenty of time to come back. And everybody at home, remember this is a double elimination, so both teams will be playing again. Here we go, and I'll look forward to it because I love these teams. Here we go. They're looking out for us for 2. This LAPD unit was created in response to sniper incidents in the 1960s. This LAPD unit was created, Pam?
SWAT.
SWAT is right for 2 points. They're looking out for us for 4. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron is known alliteratively as these hunters. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron is known alliteratively, Josh?
Storm Hunters.
That is incorrect. Have to subtract the 4. Here we go. For the red team, for Ann. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron is known alliteratively as these hunters.
Yeah.
Hurricane hunters?
They are hurricane hunters. That is correct. I'm sorry if my pronunciation of alliteratively screwed anything up. Here we go for 6 points. They're looking out for us. Pasadena, Texas, population 140,000, has the USA's largest municipal fire department of this type. Pasadena, Texas. And
Volunteer?
volunteer is right for 6 points. 8 points. The NCIRD, I is for immunization, is part of this 3-letter Atlanta-based organization. Circa.
The CDC.
That was, yes, that's correct for 8 points. That was a triple stumper because they said Centers for Disease Control, and I tried to emphasize, as did Alex, 3-letter. CDC is correct. That's 8 points for MedSurge. Here we go for 10, and they're looking out for us. NERC keeps the lights on by monitoring the bulk power system made up of 3 vast networks called these. NERC keeps the lights on by monitoring the bulk power system. Alice. Alice, unmute and answer.
The power grid?
Power grid is right. Very good. 10 points for MedSurge. A nice jump. Okay, here's our 5th category. Max factor. Max factor. You will see, though, it's not what you might think. Here we go with max factor for 2 points. He studied physics at the University of Munich with Professor von Jolly and got his doctoral degree in 1879. Josh?
Max Planck.
Max Planck is right, the year of Einstein's birth, I was going to go on to say, but you didn't need it. Well done, 2 points for MedSurge. Max factor for 4. Maxwell Perkins persuaded Scribners to publish his first novel, This Side of Paradise. Maxwell Perkins persuaded Scribners to publish his first novel, This Side of Paradise. Circa.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
That is right for 4 points. F. Scott Fitzgerald's first novel. Max Perkins was his editor. For 6 points in Max Factor. Max Ernst was a founding member of the art movement, this art movement, in which the images grew out of the subconscious. Max Ernst was a founding member of this art movement in which the images grew out of the subconscious. 5 seconds. Pam.
Surrealism.
That is right. Surrealism for 6. Surrealism is correct. Now, for 8 points, we have a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution, la 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 la. Okay. The surprise substitution category is, for 8 points, You Are the Juan. You Are the Juan. Try to choose another name category. You Are the Juan. Around 1542, explorer Juan Cabrillo discovered this island off LA, and it's believed he's buried there too. Around 15, Pam?
Catalina.
Catalina is right for 8 points. Now we go back to Max Factor for 10 points.
Hey, Bob.
Yes.
I have a question. Since that category wasn't this category, am I still locked out because I've buzzed in twice in this category?
Yes.
Well, nope.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Cabal represents.
I think that's just an easier way to do it.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make
Yep,
sure.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Cabal. Here we go for Max Factor for 10. This Russian's novel, Mother, was dramatized by Bertolt Brecht. This Russian's novel, Mother, was dramatized by Bertolt Brecht. Time. The right answer in Max Factor was Maxim Gorky. Maxim Gorky. Here's our final category with ASTKickers at 84, MedSurg at 47. Max Factor wasn't about cosmetics. This was a little closer. Cover Girls is the category. Cover Girls for 2. This American skier was on the cover of Sports Illustrated's, let me start again. This American skier was on the cover of Sports Illustrated's 2010 Winter Olympics preview issue. This American skier was on the cover of Sports Illustrated's 2010 Winter Olympics preview issue. Jesse.
Peekaboo Street.
That is incorrect. MedSurg.
I think it's Shaun White, but Shaun White is he's a snowboarder. He's not a skier.
You're unmuted, so are we taking that as your answer?
Oh, no, sorry.
You have 10 seconds to mute your and consult.
Lindsey Vaughn.
That is right. 2 points. Took a while, but it was worth it. Lindsey Vaughn is correct. Cover Girls for 4. Oprah shared the April 2009 cover of O Magazine with this powerful woman. Oprah shared the April 2009 circa.
Michelle Obama.
That is right. Michelle Obama for 4. MedSurg at 53. For 6 points on Cover Girls. This singer was fierce on the cover of Vogue's 2009 Shape issue, which said, "Real women have curves." This singer was fierce. Anne?
Beyonce?
Beyonce Knowles is correct for 6 points. For 8 points. Watch for the air quotes. Elle Magazine's 2009 body issue transformed this actress into a cover girl. Elle Magazine's 2009 body issue transformed this actress into a cover girl. Anne?
Megyn Kelly?
That is incorrect. We subtract 8. Chance to make up some ground, MedSurg.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox was in the Transformers movie. Okay.
Okay, that is politics in my brain ruining my life.
Well, it's ruining everybody's lives if that's any consolation. Here we go with Cover Girls for 10. Here's our final clue. The December 2009 Cosmo teased the story of this singer's naughty honeymoon surprise with Josh Duhamel. The December 2009 Circa.
Fergie.
Fergie is right, and a nice comeback from MedSurg with 71 points, but it's ASTKickers with 80, who is our winner today. 80 for ASTKickers, 71 for MedSurg. It was a nip and tuck battle all the way, and when MedSurg fell back, they came back and just wasn't enough categories to do it. But we will, as I said, we will see both teams again. Thank you so much, teams. And we look forward to you and the spectators on the next. Stick around if you're watching, and team, if you want to see the next round coming up at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Bob.
Dan. Thank
Thanks,
you,
everybody.
Thank
Well
you.
done.